This reservoir supplies Cape Town with most of its water. But after 4 years of drought, there's very little of it left. The Theewaterskloof Dam is only 10% full. These trees were once fully submerged. Louise Stafford is Director of Water Funds at Nature Conservancy South Africa. As a local, she's acutely aware of the water shortage in the region.
Normally where we stand would be water, and this is desperate times, and it's a result of climate change, population growth, and it's a reality that we will see in Africa and in South Africa more and more. And the big question is, when you look at this, you think, how is this possible? And will it ever rain again? And if it rains, will it ever fill up this dam again?
Even the water withdrawal points have been left high and dry. They need to be filled with the help of pumps. Otherwise, the pipes would remain empty. Cape Town is around 100 kilometres south of the reservoir. Water scarcity is a fact of life for the city's 4 million residents. Restrictions on water consumption have been in place for months. Residents are limited to 50 litres of water per person per day. In the inner city, many people get their supply from natural sources of water. But hundreds of thousands of people also live on the outskirts of the city. Galen Johannes isn't well off and has always been economical about water consumption. There's no swimming pool in the yard and just one tap in the kitchen. Her family takes care not to waste a drop of water.
The people here in our house, they are very precisely because of the water that's being wasted. Like children's playing with the water, throwing everyone wet in the street. And I also learn my child to never waste water because of the water restrictions that is here very highly.
But thanks to the water shortage, Galen has found a job. A water conservation project was recently set up close to her home. She and a few other local women now go to work every morning.
It's a good opportunity for us. There's high unemployment in the community, and this is an opportunity for us to generate an income for our families.
The women clear shrubs from this huge wasteland. Rainwater and treated domestic wastewater seep into the Atlantis Aquifer. After filtering through the sand for 3 years, the groundwater is returned to the city's water supply system. But there's a problem. Non-native plants, like invasive Australian acacias.
If you look at the structure of the plant, it's much bigger than the local fynbos, and the root structures or the root systems are quite big in relation with the plant. So lots of water gets sucked up through the roots, and evaporation takes place through the leaves. And the other way that we're losing water is when it rains and the plants are this densely packed together, the water doesn't reach the aquifer floor and it doesn't replenish the aquifer.
Experts say that in the Cape region alone, invasive plants consume around 38 billion litres of water a year, enough to supply Cape Town for 2 whole months.
We have to cut it not the lowest to the ground. We have to make it a little bit so that you can see. That's why we're using this poison so that it won't grow again.
Weed killer destroys the invasive plants and stops them from spreading and consuming valuable groundwater. It will take 30 years to kill off the acacias for good. The project is financed by the Water Fund for Cape Town. Louise Stafford hopes it hasn't come too late. And all the hard work is pointless if it doesn't rain.
We need to change our relationship with water. We need to change the way we see these water supply areas. And then we need to change the way that we work with nature. And we need to do everything possible to work with nature to make nature more resistant in these circumstances. Otherwise, we're facing a total collapse.